Hey friends, go ahead and get in here because I want to give you all some updates on the Roanoke real estate market. So if you come in, go ahead and say hello, share it, tag a friend who may be interested in buying, investing, or selling. Go ahead and come in, share this, bring all your friends in here, grab a pen and paper for some notes. It's been a while since I've done a live, so I just want to come on and give a market update on what's been going on in these real estate streets, Roanoke and surrounding areas. So if you may have been sharing this to people who don't know me, my name is Ashley Canty. I'm a full-time real estate agent here in Virginia. I service Southwest Virginia, Roanoke, and surrounding areas. It's my third year in real estate, and let me tell you, this year has been the absolute craziest in real estate, and I'm about to break down why. So go ahead, bring your folks in here, tag people, share, say hello when you come in. I'm outside under my pergola enjoying some of this nice weather. And I just left a showing with the family that I've been shopping with for about a month now, and let me tell you, I'm gonna break it down for both buyers and sellers. Since I am currently right now working with I right now currently have 6 in the possible clients that I'm working with right now, all different price ranges, and it's becoming pretty much a task at this point. I love what I do, trust and believe I love what I do, but times have gotten a little bit hard. So go ahead and make sure, first of all, before I go on my rant, can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, just let me know that the audio is good and things like that. I have it propped down, so I want to make sure my mic is not covering anything. If you can hear me, say something before I go in. So hopefully you all can hear me. But as you all know, we are in a seller's market. So basically what a seller's market is that there are more buyers than there are homes on the market. So for example, there was a house listed last week. I went out on the first day. I saw it with 2 different people. Actually viewed the home twice. The first day, it had already had 4 offers on it. It had already had the agent shut down showing, so she didn't have any more time slots for agents to come in and view the home. So there was a waiting list of 17 agents. So that means for 48 hours she had it completely booked up. Then there was 17 more agents waiting to get their buyers into the home. After it was all said and done, she was reviewing offers on Friday. She had a total of 25 offers on that one home. Now, every home is not like that, but that kind of gives you an idea of what this market is like right now. There are a ton of buyers out here, and that's because interest rates are very low. People are getting stimulus checks. People are racking out with these employment, so people are coming across a whole lot more money than that we're used to. People have started extra jobs and have little side incomes and things like that. So beyond interest rates being low, a lot of buyers are out here wanting to take advantage of the market. There are also sellers who are refinancing and who are able to profit off of their home. So for example, if I were to refinance my home, do a cash out refinance, I would probably have about $30,000 or $40,000 that I could use for my next home. So there's also second-time buyers who are out here in this real estate market trying to come up with, find the right property for themselves. So with that being said, it is a high seller's market right now. Buyers are being really competitive with their offers and just their strategies for buying homes. And I'm going to touch on that in a minute, just to kind of give you all some tips and some things that I've been seeing along the way that may help you when it comes time for you to buy. being that it is a seller's market, sellers have the upper hand. Sellers are making maximum profit because buyers are outbidding each other. So one person might offer $200,000, the next person might offer $205,000. Then you have that one person that's brave and got the balls, and they offering $220,000. So there's a lot of that going on in the real estate world as well. But like I said, sellers do have the advantage because they got the prize right now. They know that they got the hottest product on the market. Just like if you were to have Jordans, some Jordans are coming out, I don't know, maybe the 17th, and I want a pair. Trust and believe, I want a pair. I'm not even a Jordan fan, but people are paying top dollar to get these Jordans, and that's how it is in the real estate world right now. People are paying top dollars for the homes that they want, and they are not playing fair. Let me tell you, they are not. So hey, bitch. Let me make sure that I can wave to everybody coming through. But like I was saying, this couple that I have worked with is a very, very nice, lovely family, and I love getting to know all of my clients and getting to know their family, their children, and things like that. But we are having a time trying to find homes, and I don't want anything that I say on this live to deter anybody from buying, because now is still a good time. The time is right when it's financially sound for you. So when you can make that move and it's, not going to hurt the bank for you, you have your money saved up, it's always going to be a good time to buy real estate anyway, because it's a smart investment to make. You're not going to make any type of return on just about anything like you can in real estate. So a little bit about our market right now. Home values have increased. So homes that were maybe last year maybe $175,000, $150,000 are now being sold for upwards to $190,000, $200,000, $205,000. So prices are steadily increasing, and then also buyers are paying more for the homes that they want. They have it available. They got these stimulus checks. They got their taxes. How many stimulus checks have we gotten so far? 2 or 3. So people are sitting on some money right now. Some advice that I want to give to buyers is to understand that for your first home, you might not always be buying your forever home. Real estate is a strategy. Real estate is a game. Real estate is like playing chess. So your first house does not always need to be the one that has the granite, the garage, the vaulted ceilings, the 100-acre backyard, or whatever you all have in mind for your dream home. Let your first home be the stepping stone for your next home. And what I mean by that is that let the equity build. Let the equity build. So every time you are making a payment on your mortgage, you're paying yourself back in the end. So like I said, I bought my home in 2019. All I've done was live here, pay my bills on time, keep it up to date, do all the maintenance that it's supposed to be. And like I said, I have already, at least $30,000 to $50,000 that I can profit if I was decided to sell my home. This is not my forever home. And that's what people need to also realize, is that, not to sacrifice. You don't need to sacrifice, but also keep in mind that you are making a wise, you go into it trying to, make a smart financial decision. And that's what you kind of get with me being a realtor, because I know the market. I'm all about building wealth. I'm all about securing the bag and just finding different ways to do that. Before I get on my rant, I do want to also open it up for questions. If anybody has questions on what they heard about the market right now, what they hear other people going through, whatever questions you have. I do have a short while before my phone dies. Yes, I have about 19%. So if there are any questions about the market, I am free to give that as well. But I will say, for buyers, to be open-minded. Keep in mind that you are not buying your forever home. You are buying your home that is going to build you that equity, to build you that cash flow, to whether you want to sell and have that profit, or you want to rent it out later. Also keep in mind that cash is king. So even though a lot of buyers are able to apply and get down payment assistance, also keep in mind that there are closing costs. In this high seller's market right now, sellers are not always offering to pay closing costs. So it is important that even if you have down payment assistance, that you have something separate on the side to pay for your closing costs. A lot of buyers right now are also waiving the inspection. That's not something that I'm going to recommend, because I'm going to advocate for you to know what you're getting into. But there have been some buyers who have been successful at buying homes and not having any inspections. That's totally up to you. But my real estate opinion, my professional opinion, is that you get that inspection. What are some other things that buyers are doing to win? I'm trying to think. Those are the main ones. Having your own closing costs is main, because closing costs is an expense of the buyer anyway. For many of years, sellers have contributed, and you have been able to ask sellers to provide closing cost help for you. But it is not always a guarantee. It is not their responsibility to pay your closing costs, because sellers on their end have their expenses as well when they're ready to, when they get ready to sell their home. There's other expenses that come with them selling. Like I said, inspections, closing down a time frame that you have for all your contingencies, like your home inspections, your radon, things like that. I wouldn't have that stretch out to 2 and 3 weeks. Get in and out. And typically when we do our home buyer consultation, I'll go over all of that with you. But the Roanoke market right now is on fire. Ashley, the VA loan. The VA loan is a very great program. I have one under contract now. We are fighting an appraisal for her, which is on a good trend. The buyers that I just left today, they are a VA buyer, and I have another lady who messaged me today. Her and her husband are approved for a VA loan. So right now I'm still working with 3 VA buyers, and advice that I have on that, have some type of earnest money, or pre-down payment. So as you know, or if you don't know, the VA loan provides 100% financing to retired military, active duty military. So that means like the FHA, where you would have to put 3.5% down for a down payment. With the VA loan, you do not have to do that. But I will say, still have money set aside for your closing costs. Even though I've been successful, and to be honest, 100% of my transactions, 100% of my buyers have gotten some closing cost assistance from the seller, and that's just as of recent as, I think the last one I put on a contract was in March. So as of March, my record is strong with getting closing cost assistance for my buyers. But like I said, keep in mind that is an expense that you have to be prepared for. So for VA buyers, I would make sure that you have some money set aside for your closing costs, but also have money set aside for your earnest money deposit, because that's something that sellers look at as well. So they look at a number of different things. They look at the type of loan that you're using. They look at all the inspections that you want in a house. They look at how soon you can close. They look at, how much you're putting down for down payment. They also look at the earnest money, and the earnest money is kind of like your skin in the game. So I have been successful at not making my buyers come out of pocket a whole lot for their earnest money, but I have some buyers right now who are upping it up because they know it's a competitive market. So the last offer I wrote, my VA buyers had about $3,000 for their earnest money deposit. Typically it is said, typically it's said to have 1% of the purchase price. So if your home is $200,000, then you will have $2,000 set aside for your earnest money. Now that's not set in stone. You can you can do whatever's comfortable for you. But I would recommend that you have some money for your earnest money, because that makes you look good. You mean, right? Because on paper, a VA buyer doesn't have to put anything in there, versus someone who's doing a conventional loan who may have to put 5% to 20% down. So that's several thousands of dollars, almost sometimes 5 figures, depending on the home that they're wanting. So I would make sure that you have that set up. Also work with a lender who is successful and who knows the VA loan program. Now, there are lenders who are specifically like Veterans First and, other lenders who are specifically for that, but also check around with some local lenders too, because they offer really good programs. I myself, with Divine Fog, we have a Divine Fog Heroes program, which allows me to give back to my veterans. So I actually give up a chunk of my commission to veterans, to teachers, to nurses, to first responders, police officers, firefighters, EMTs. So there's a whole chunk of people that we consider heroes that I'm able to give a part of my commission to. So the money that I would make off of selling the home, I give that back to my heroes. So you as a veteran would not only, be getting 0% financing, 100% financing. You don't have to put any down payment, but you can also get a few $1,000s back from me for my commission. So that can come to you as a form of a check. We have a big old fancy check that we give you at closing, or that can come to you as closing costs. So I have a couple now who is using my my gift to them, part of their closing costs. So their closing will probably be about $6,000-$7,000, but they're getting almost $1,500 from me out of my commission. So it varies by price point. Of course, if you're buying a $300,000 home, you'll get more, but that is the perk, and I'm honored to be able to give that to my buyers. And it also works for sellers too. So sellers most of the time want that in the form of a check, because they're moving on, or whatever the case may be. But I'm excited to be able to give that to people who put their life on the line for me. So that's something for the VA buyers. I would say that. I didn't think of other things, but I'm learning more about the VA program as I go along. Their appraisals and things like that. But it's been fun working with my vets. Y'all are some fun folks. But what else I got for me? My phone just beeped, so now I'm at 15%, but I'll stay here until the time runs out. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Trying to think of anything else for the vets. And the reason why I say your earnest money is because, like I said, sellers look for a lot of different things when they're trying to buy a home. So they look at the financing type. VA loans have been known to have somewhat picky appraisals. So sometimes sellers like to shy away from those. So let's say you are up against 5 other buyers. You have one's a cash buyer, you have one that's a conventional buyer, you have you as a VA, you have your FHA buyer, you have your USDA buyer. That's basically the rank of how they go. Cash is always king. Second in line, sellers like conventional loans, and I think it's because their appraisal process does not require them to do as many repairs on their home like the FHA or VHA loan will. But if you make other parts of your offer strong, then that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem at all. But VAs are fun. I would definitely take advantage of that if you have the opportunity to. If you have a 401k, if you have savings, you can use that as part of your down payment assistance. Down payment, your closing costs, because you don't have down payment. But it's a good loan program. I would just make sure for any buyer, not just VA, that you have a bag. You need to have that bag. Because people are paying top dollar for what they want. Just like as you would, like I said, I use the Jordans as an example. People are paying, they know the price of Jordans when it comes out. But to get that shoe, to have that shoe when they want to rock it, they want to wear it, they want to be the ones that have it, they're paying extra to get it. So that's how you have to do for homes as well. And then also have an agent that's strong in negotiation as well, because anybody can write an offer. Might not be a strong offer, but you have to know kind of where to negotiate in the process for a home. But other than that, it was just a nice day, and I wanted to come outside and talk about real estate. But it is a very competitive market. So I have 2 clients coming into the office tomorrow to speak with me. And just like I'm going to tell them, I'm going to tell you all, be open-minded. Be ready to put the boxing gloves on, because you're going to have to fight. You cannot wait until the weekend to see homes. You cannot. So if a home is on the market today, we need to find time today to go see it, even if it's late, even if it's after work. Pick the kids up, have them in the car. I most of the time I did 3 showings yesterday, and my daughter was with me. We don't have time to waste. No time at all. So I would not wait until the weekend to try to go see homes. I would get out there as soon as you can on your lunch break. You know, save your PTO if you have it. But if it's a home that you think that you might want, you might need to put in an extra 30 minutes on lunch and use some PTO to go see it, because it's that demanding right now. Like, you cannot wait. I had a home. Oh my goodness. I had a house that I was so eager to get my buyer into. And Katie Cooks and the Goat, she got that home sold in less than 10 minutes. I kid you not. The home went on the market, let's say, about like 3:30. Sent it to my buyer at 3:33. She texted me back at 3:35 and was like, it says pending. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I look on there. Sure enough, I checked the clock at 3:36. The home was pending. In less than 10 minutes, that home was gone. So you just cannot wait. So be flexible with your time. Be readily available. Something that I do with my buyers is I Zoom you or I FaceTime you, because there's no, I mean, I understand, you know, I understand not everybody is flexible. You have very demanding jobs, so I'm flexible enough to do video recording, walkthroughs of the home for you. Whether it's via Zoom or you need me to upload it to like YouTube and I send it to you. But I have all different type of ways that I'm able to show my clients their homes. These flies around here. Oh wow, I'm about to go inside because these bugs are crazy. Be flexible with your time. Be open to different areas, because like I said, some areas with the prices increasing, sometimes you're not, and I don't want to make it seem bad, sometimes you cannot afford the same homes that you thought you could afford last year. So you were prepping yourself and getting yourself ready last year, and you were looking at this particular community or this particular subdivision. Now that subdivision is probably up $10,000 to $20,000, and that sometimes makes it or break it for some people. It honestly does, but we'll find a way. I have other strategies and other things that I have developed along the way since I've been in this competitive market. But I save those for my exclusive clients. I won't let all the cats out the bag right now, but there are ways to still get what you want. You have to be flexible. You have to be ready. Like I said, you have to have them boxing gloves on, ready to fight. So, just to recap, I've probably been on here way too long. Roanoke and surrounding areas is a seller's market. All the way down south to Atlanta, all the way up to Northern Virginia, California, Texas. I have agent friends just about everywhere. A good girlfriend of mine, Savvy Gabby, she's in Chicago. She's, you know, experiencing the same things. So we all are learning from each other. Yeah, to recap, we are in a strong seller's market. So that means buyers are coming to have to come with their A game. That means having money outside of your down payment assistance, having money for your earnest money deposit, having money for your closing costs, having money for the inspections that you want to have. And also consider this. I have a lady under contract. She opted not to have an inspection. She wanted the house that bad. So I mean, that's not always my recommendation, but if that's what you want, you have to do what you have to do to get that house. So keep in mind that although inspections are highly, highly recommended and highly necessary, it's not mandatory. And some buyers are able to snag their homes by waiving their inspection. Another thing buyers are doing is paying the difference from the appraised value than what they're offering. So like I said, people are offering more for the houses that they want. And if the appraisal comes in, let's say Let's say you offer 210 for a house. The appraiser comes back and says, oh, the home is only worth 205. There's a $5,000 gap there. So you have one of three things you can do. You can walk away, forfeit the house, forfeit everything, and just walk away, find something different. You can negotiate the price with the seller to get it down to that 205, or you can pay the difference. You can pay the extra $5,000 to get that house. Most of the time, a lot of buyers are paying the difference. Somebody's grilling and it smells so good. I'm trying to see which one of my neighbors I can creep up on tonight. But yes, so appraisals are another thing. But that's why I always say it's important to have that bag ready, to have that bag. For a number of different things. Also be open-minded. Be open-minded about your home. I don't know. Y'all can replay this so you can go over what I was talking about. Hey, Nikki. But I have maybe about 5 more minutes if anybody else has questions. I know I threw out some terminology that may be new to you all. Appraisals, earnest money, contingencies, inspections, things like that. So if any of that stuff is uncertain to you or you have questions about what those mean, about another 5 minutes before my phone that is excited. But for those of you joining, I'm just kind of ranting about the real estate market right now and just what we're going through with buyers and with sellers, giving out some tips and free game. But of course, for the real golden nuggets, you gotta sign to be my client. But you know, I honestly just love just helping people become more knowledgeable about the process, and being the one person that's going to tell you like it is, because some people are not stressing the importance of having your stuff together in this market. But you know me, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you all. So if there are no questions, I'm going to end it. But just know that my inbox is always open. Feel free to email me if there's ever any questions. Feel free to hit me up if you want to speak to some of my lenders. My lenders are very knowledgeable. They are some of the best in the business too. I'm telling you all. They don't do those BS pre-qualifications. They make sure that you're pre-approved. They get you do underwriting beforehand, so that way there's not complications at the end of your transaction. So I work with some good ones. I'm trying to figure out who's grilling. It smells so good. But yeah, I'm always free for consultations. We can do it by Zoom, by phone. I'm a fast texter, so I love to text. But whatever questions you all have, definitely hit me up. I'm an open book, and I want to help you be prepared for this market. So I'm a skedaddle. I need to find out which one of my neighbors is grilling, because I want to play. Oh, I see it. It's across the street. But y'all have a good night. But like I said, always feel free to contact me for all your real estate needs, all your real estate questions. I'm here. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.